All right, guys, so we got to talk about TPUSA. So the Toilet Paper USA event really just degraded into everybody lobbing bombs at everybody else. I mean, it was a right-wing civil war to the max, I mean, these guys, whoo, were they going at it. Let's start with this one. Ben Shapiro, in his speech, took a couple pot shots at Megyn Kelly, along with going very clearly at Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes. But Megyn Kelly caught a stray or two. And so Megyn Kelly came out at TPUSA after Shapiro, and she was asked about what Shapiro said, and here's her reaction.
He thinks he's in a position to decide who must say what to whom and when. Thank you. So I don't think we are.
To be fair, Megyn, all he's really saying is you should probably condemn people who agree with Hitler, who like Hitler. You should probably condemn people who spread factually wrong conspiracy theories about who killed Charlie Kirk. They get the time zone wrong. They get the Egyptian plane thing wrong. That's what Ben was saying. It's kind of reasonable. From his perspective, it is kind of reasonable to be like, hey, so do we just totally no longer care about facts? However, it is ironic because Ben Shapiro doesn't actually care about facts. So that's the thing. Every time I try to help somebody out in this civil war, I immediately run into a brick wall because I realize, oh, wait, you all suck balls. You're all fucking horrible. So why should I help anybody in this civil war?
Friends anymore. I've been a very good friend to Ben. Nobody knew who the heck Ben Shapiro was when I started putting him on my shows on the Fox News channel, and I helped make him a star. And I've been very, very good to Ben over the years, and he's been good to me too. He just recently came on my tour, as did you, and I gave him the most kind introduction I could possibly give him because I know that he's losing subscribers a lot. And so I tried to do something.
Say that again. Oh, he's losing subscribers a lot. Everybody sees it, Ben. Everybody sees it. And like I pointed out in a previous segment, it's actually even worse than what you think because it appears like, based on some of the analytics, that he might allegedly buy support. He might buy views because his views and his comments, there's a big gap between his views and comments, more so than your average person. Usually it tracks roughly the same, not the same number of views and comments, but like there's a ratio and it tracks. Like when the views go up, the comments go up. When the views go down, the comments go down. Ben's is like a fucking giant gap between views and comments, and that's an indication of potential buying views. So it might even be worse than what it looks like.
And we mixed it up on Israel out on stage. It wasn't Israel because we're on the same place on Israel. We mixed it up over whether Tucker Carlson should be excommunicated from the conservative movement, which I do not believe. And thank you. And when it was over, we hugged, said goodbye, and then we had a nice text exchange a couple days later saying our friendship was important to us. And the next thing I saw was him attacking me on stage last night as a coward. So that's not friendship, and I think that's fine with me.
Damn, bro. So look, I don't know. It's a tough one. Who's going to win this battle? Who's going to win this battle on the right? I mean, I want to say the future is more like Groyper shit, but then again, like, it is outright pro-Hitler, and it is, it is like very explicitly anti-normie, and anything that's super anti-normie will never actually take over the country, right? So, Trump, even with how insane Trump is, he at least had to pretend when he campaigned in 2016 that like, oh yeah, I'm for the forgotten man, and I'm not going to let your jobs be outsourced and stuff. Like, he had to come down to earth to one extent or another. So, like, I don't know who's going to win, but Shapiro seems to be having the tougher climb here because more of the people are on the other side of this one. But it's also interesting because where's the actual like ad money? Where's the financial support more with Shapiro, right? So this is a battle of the heavyweights, y'all. Vivek Ramaswamy, he takes the stage at TPUSA and goes directly at Nick Fuentes. Let the girls fight, y'all.
If you believe that boys should compete with girls in girls' sports, I'm sorry, you're not on the team. You have no place in this movement. If you believe, thank you. It's pretty obvious, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you believe in racial quotas in government hiring, you have no place in the conservative movement. Sorry, you're not on the team. You're free to believe it. It's a free country, but you have no place in the conservative movement. If you believe in normalizing hatred towards any ethnic group, toward whites, towards blacks, towards Hispanics, towards Jews, towards Indians, you have no place in the future of the conservative movement. Period. And I will not apologize for that. I will not hedge when I say it. If you believe, and you will forgive me for giving you an exact quote from our online commentator Nick Fuentes, if you believe that Hitler was pretty fucking cool, you have no place in the future of the conservative movement. You can debate foreign aid to Israel all you want. That's fine. That's fair. But you have no place with that level of hatred. You can debate the right resolution to the Russia-Ukraine war, but if you believe Joseph Stalin is someone to look up to, you have no place in the future of the conservative movement. If you call Usha Vance, the second lady of the United States of America, a cheat, You have no place in the future of the conservative movement. And if you can't say those things without stuttering, then you have no place as a leader at any level in the conservative movement either. Certainly not in my state of Ohio.
Okay, so what's kind of interesting is he went through the whole, like, if you hate this or that group, he left out Muslims. That's not an accident. That's not an accident. That was on purpose. Because there's so many, how many Republican congressmen have said, like, we need to kick out these Muslims? Randy Fine goes on a genocidal screed seemingly every other day and talks about, nuking Gaza like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You got, I mean, how many times have they said, we got to get these people out of here? So for you to not mention Muslims is a choice. You know, in the conservative movement, it is deemed acceptable to hate Muslims. So that's why I didn't bring them up. Now, Crystal pointed that out, and then he replied, oh, no, Muslims too. I meant Muslims too. Really? Then why didn't you say it? You didn't say it because you know that actually doesn't play well to that crowd, right? It doesn't play well. So, like, that's the thing, right? Like, it's good he's standing up and trying to fight back against the Groypers, but at the same time, like, who are we kidding? The entire conservative movement is based off scapegoating. It's based off culture war slop. It's based off saying trans people are the problem, gay people are the problem, black people are the problem, immigrants are the problem. And now all of a sudden, when it came for Indians and Jews, it was like, oh, not like that. Yeah, but like, you guys set the table for this. You laid the groundwork for this. Your logic pointed in this direction. But now you're just mad that the monster you created is coming for you. And so, by the way, you're not going to be surprised to learn. Immediately, Nick responds and says, I'll see you in Ohio. Because Vivek Ramaswamy is running for governor of Ohio. In other words, I'm going to have the Groypers fucking campaign against you. Republican civil war to the max, y'all, to the max. The replies to Vivek are all like, exactly what you'd expect. Anti-Indian slurs. This is where they are. This is the state of the right. You need to openly be white nationalists in order to, like, fit in and be viewed as a leader. But then, of course, if you are openly white nationalist and you really let your freak flag fly, you are ruining any chance you have of actually winning any kind of election and holding any kind of power. Because even among racist Americans, most of them don't want to be that explicit and that overt. They want to give themselves the plausible deniability. I'm not racist, right? Not the Groypers. Not the Groypers. All right, here we go. Then Bannon goes up there. Bannon goes after Ben Shapiro. Bro, I don't even know. You tell me. I didn't watch this whole event, but it looks like there was more time that was spent by right-wingers attacking right-wingers than attacking left-wingers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they went after each other way more than they went after the left. Here we go.
Benji Shapiro sat up here last night, and he was all, it's all about the truth. Ben, I've known you a long time, brother. You can't handle the truth. Let's face it, Ben Shapiro is the farthest thing from MAGA. Let's be blunt.
Okay, that is fucking bullshit. Because Mark Levin, who is exactly like Ben Shapiro, was just at the White House the other day chumming it up with Trump, arm around him, telling him, I miss you. I love you. You've done so great, sir, on absolutely everything. You're the first Jewish president, sir. So, no, actually, he is MAGA. He absolutely is MAGA. The idea that, like, what, Trump is with you over bit? No, he's not. He bombed Iran. He bombed Iran for Israel. He let them steal the Golan Heights. Like, who are you kidding? He was joking about stealing Gaza and putting golden statues to himself there, and you think he's with you guys? Please.
He is a hardcore never-Trumper. He's a hardcore never-Trumper. In the spring of 16, he tried to upend Breitbart. He walked off the job, made a big deal about some incident in Mar-a-Lago with Corey Lewandowski. He tried to turn it to Ted Cruz from Donald Trump because he hated Donald Trump. In the general election, he barely supported Donald Trump.
I love how this is like a litmus test. Why don't you currently hate Donald Trump? All Steve Bannon's talk about, like, oh, I'm a populist. All right, well, your guy just cut taxes again for billionaires and gave them another massive fucking subsidy and let Peter Thiel do whatever the fuck he wants and stole everybody's data for fucking Palantir and is creating a blackmail database on all of us. All these things you say you're against, the kicking 17 million people off Medicaid, you virtue signal like you were against that. Then Trump did it and you had no criticism of Trump. So this idea of like, hey, can you believe he used to criticize Trump? Okay, and you should be criticizing Trump now, and you're not. So tell me who the cuck is. Tell me who the loser is.
Of when President Trump gets sent back to Mar-a-Lago, the very first individual that jumped on the Ron DeSantis train, the Israel First train, was Ben Shapiro.
Trump is the leader of Israel First. Sloppy Steve. So now sloppy isn't just about how he looks. It's also about his thought process and his brain. That is sloppy. Trump is Israel First.
And those are the darkest days we had. In 21 and 22, you guys were there. He's consistently been against Trump, and now that President Trump doesn't back the Greater Israel Project. What is Greater Israel? It's not about Israel itself. It's about an expansionist Israel, an imperial Israel that Netanyahu and that crowd have thought up. And the Israel First crowd is Ben Shapiro, Tel Aviv Mark Levin, and many others.
And Donald Trump, who you back, Sloppy Steve, who you back.
That want to put that ahead of America's interests.
It's interesting, the like muted reaction from the crowd. That is fucking interesting to me. They're just, the crowd is just watching this Republican Civil War and seeing who's going to prevail. I'll also point this out, and Ben was right about this. He said this about Sloppy Steve. He goes, you were Jeffrey Epstein's PR manager, bro. Why should anybody let you get a microphone? Like, why should we listen to you? You lied and said, oh, I was doing interviews with Jeffrey Epstein. I got all these tapes. Really? Release them. You didn't release them because they actually don't exist. That was your cover story for being around him all the time. You were around him all the time because you were literally helping him as a PR guy to rehabilitate his image. That is actually what happened. And you were even saying to Jeffrey Epstein, don't worry, I'll protect you from Trump. And that was just before he wound up dead in a cell, in a federal prison cell, as Trump was the head of the federal government. So please, maybe that's why he doesn't criticize Trump. Because he thinks, shit, I know what happened to Epstein, and I think maybe Trump had something to do with it, so I guess I won't criticize the guy. But like, why do we need to hear from Epstein's fucking PR guy, right? You don't see Democrats and liberals and leftists going, quick, run and get Bill Clinton. I want to know his thoughts on stuff. No, we're more than happy to be like, fuck that guy. Leave him in the past. He was too close with Epstein, among many other things that were bad, right? But here's Sloppy Steve trying to steer the direction of the Republican Party. Like, what is this? Have you even apologized? Have you even accounted for what the fuck you did? Besties with the CEO of Elite Fredo Sex Crimes Incorporated? Human trafficking ring? All this stuff now proven on the record? Blackmail on Trump? You got nothing to say about any of that. But you will engage in the right-wing civil war. So anyway, holy shit. It is, guys, it's the gift that keeps on giving. We're only a couple days out from Christmas, and I'm sitting here, and I am enjoying this. I am reveling in this, because the other thing that's great about it is we know it's not over. We know it's going to continue. We know it's only going to get better and better. We know they're going to be more and more at each other's throats. We know that this whole thing is going to blow up. It is going to be glorious to see. And the entire time, us on the liberal and left-wing side, we are unified. We are unified. We got our eyes on the prize. We are obstructing Trump as much as humanly possible and fighting for an agenda of Medicare for all and free college and a living wage and ending the wars and ending the corruption, so on and so forth, right? So we're in a much better place than I thought possible. Not the Democratic politicians. They still got a lot of fucking work to do. There's some that are doing a great job like Ro Khanna, but a lot of them got a lot of work to do. But I'm talking about the base. Us here, the base of the left-wing side, we are on it, and the right is absolutely imploding. All right, guys, that's the show, y'all. I love y'all very much, man. Thank you, as always, for listening. You guys know the drill. Everybody, please subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon so you get a notification every time a video drops. That's how you guarantee that you know when a video drops. Don't rely on YouTube too much here to, like, just serve it to you naturally, even if you're subscribed. Click that bell icon. You can also support the show on Patreon. That link is below. Really, really would appreciate that. Remember, guys, I've never talked to an advertiser, never talked to a billionaire, never talked to a PAC or a government or anything like that. You guys fund this show from the ground up. We are true, independent, grassroots media. You can also subscribe to Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack to get our exclusive interviews. You don't want to miss them. You can see the whole things if you subscribe on Substack. That link is below. And go sub to Corin's World. We do live Kyle and Corin's every Monday night. You don't want to miss it. We always have a great time. We usually stream for like 3 hours or 4 hours. All right, I'll see you guys there. Everybody have a great rest of your day, and I'll be with Corin tonight, and then back with you tomorrow here on this show. Peace.
Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.